felt the need to really record this while I'm doing this, but I'm writing a letter. I'm writing a letter to my father. And it's. I think it's time for me to let go of all of this and to be open, free of myself with my father. And I believe the only way I could ever express it to him is in a letter, an open letter, or some way, shape, or form. And this is just gonna be me writing it. I've never done anything like this, so I guess we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I'm gonna light up. Oh, fuck, it's been a rough day. I think I've just been having a rough day with my life, my wife. And I'm very much fed up. And I don't want to leave things unsaid anymore. I'm tired of holding back unsaid things. Alright, so what do I have now? Ever since visiting with everyone and spending a week with the family and seeing everyone again, seeing all of you again, I truly realize what I've missed. I missed the life. I miss the life that a father brings. A real one. I never really knew you as a father, a guide, a man to admire. I didn't have any of those. I grew up bitter. I grew up angry. I grew up unguided and wishing and hoping there was more than the struggles that me and Adrian went through. I'm hoping there was more than the struggles that me and Adrian went through. We had a pretty normal life, for the most part. We went to school in Mountain. went to school in Mapton. Moved around a lot early on after you and my mom split. There was a time we lived in hotels, motels. Mother kind of just doing what she wanted. Me hadn't even seen a lot of it. So this was when my mother met Mike. Different schools early on as we worked at fields. And the summers, and then went back to school. Throughout school for a couple years. Man. This life that a father brings, a real one. I never knew you as a father, a guide, possibly a man to admire or become, or honor. It's amazing to see the kids you had after me, Adrian. And just the level of father that you were for them. I wonder if that's exactly what it would have been like for me and Adrian. Would we have had the love you give them? Would we have measured up, so to speak? Would we have clashed? Would I have been the rebel? Maybe the prodigy. But we'll never know. Rebel, maybe the protege, the black sheep. never know. I was robbed. I was robbed blind. Like, I'll never know. I'll never get to know. Or even imagine. I didn't have any of those growing up. Any of that. I had tough. I grew up. No, I guess I didn't grow up bitter. I didn't have any of that growing up. I can't imagine it. I'm building it. With my son. With my daughter. I fell too. Like you. Just like you felt me. I failed my daughters like you failed me. I grew up bitter. I grew up angry at you. I grew up unguided and hoping there was more than the struggles that me and Adrian went through. From my mom's alcohol, to moving, Ike, being so fucking hard on us. My mom, oblivious. Me and Adrian just thought it was the way a man was supposed to be. Tough, hard, heartless. In the end, and after my mom and Mike split, he cut me off years later. After he raised me for about 8 years. The most important times of my life as a young kid. They divorced right before I graduated high school. Paid for my own grow up fast. There's no way of how to do it right. No way of knowing. I had to grow up fast with no way of knowing how to do it right. As a father, as a son, I knew how to be a brother though. God damn. I knew how to be a fucking brother. That's all we had. Oh man, I'll tell you what, I'm learning how to be a good father. I really am. I see where my place is as a father. Guidance, strength, the honor it takes. True, just, true and fair. Critical, but loving. Encouraging, but stern. Smart, not prideful. I'm learning. I haven't mastered it yet. I don't know. You're like that. don't know you. I don't think I will ever truly get to. It hurts me more than when I lost you. I wanted to know what it was like to share music with you. To learn to love things together. To build our life together. And I'll never know. And Father's Day is always really tough for me. And I know you feel these things as a dad, as a father. And I feel them now as a father for my kids. I see what you had to do. I see that. We got left behind. And I just wish I got to know you. It's just we're both men now. We both have our own lives and our own children, and I lived a lifetime as a child. So it felt like for me and Adrian. I haven't mastered it yet. I don't know if you're like that. I don't know you. I don't think I ever truly will ever truly get to that hurts me more than when I lost you. You and my mom split. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into the story of my life. Like, that's too much. How to be who I really am, where I am, in places of lost you. I don't, I won't ever truly get to. me more than when I lost you. I don't want to bring your Father's Day. No, I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about bringing down your Father's Day. It's just more that I want to give you a gift of knowing me, though. Knowing me and knowing what me and Adrian went through. Or just knowing me in general. Like, I don't want to go into details about all that stuff, about what happened when I was a kid. I want you to know me. Who I grew up as, who I am. And one thing I've learned about myself, and the thing that really, really is who I am, I'm a builder. I'm a man that creates things. And I create with my hands. I write. I do artwork. Absolutely love it. I build furniture. I build homes. I build everything. I fix everything. And there's literally nothing I don't do. I'm good at anything I touch. I imagined it. All right, let's review. A guide possibly meant to admire, honor. It's amazing to see the kids you had after me and Adrian. Oh, I spelled Adrian wrong. And just the level of father that you were for them. I wonder if that's exactly what it would have been like for me and Adrian. Would have had the love. I wonder if that's exactly what it would have been like for me and Adrian. Would have had the love you give them. Would we have been given the same love you gave them? Gave and give them. If me and Adrian would have been given the same love you gave him, would have, would I have measured up, so to speak? Dang it, I double tapped. Would we have clashed? Would I have been the rebel, maybe the protege, the black sheep? I guess we'll never know. I was robbed blind of the life I never got to know or even imagine. I didn't have any of that growing up. I can't imagine it. I'm building it with my son and my daughter. I've failed my daughters like you failed me. I grew up bitter. I grew up angry at you. I grew up unguided and hoped there was more than the struggles that me and Adrian went through. From my mom's alcohol, the moving, Mike being so fucking hard on us, my mom oblivious of it. Endless mistakes I made in my life due to lack guidance, love, and support. Well, that was love. My mom oblivious to endless mistakes I made in my life due to the lack of guidance. Lack of faith. Well, me and Adrian just thought. Me and Adrian just thought it was the way a man was supposed to be. Tough, hard, heartless. In the end, after my mom and Mike split, he cut me off. Years later, after he raised me for about 8 years, raised me and Adrian. In the most important times of my life as a young kid, they divorced right before I graduated high school. Paid for my own gown, bought my own car, paid for my own phone. I had to grow up fast with no way of knowing how to do it right. As a father, as a son, I knew how to be a brother though. God damn it, I knew how to be a fucking brother. I'll tell you what I'm learning I'm learning about how I see where my place is as a father. The guidance, the strength, the honor it takes to be a father. True and fair, critical but loving, encouraging but stern, smart but not prideful. I'm learning it. I haven't mastered it yet. I don't know if you're like that. I don't know you. I don't think I ever truly get to. It hurts me more than I don't like that. I don't. Because it didn't hurt me more. It hurts me to know that I don't get to know you. Like, we don't get to get drunk and fucking, or get into shenanigans as father and son. Like, there's so much I could teach you, and there's probably so much you could teach me, but we live separate lives. I grew up in America. I grew up in an American household, traditional American household, truly. And you're, first generational Mexican coming to America and became a citizen. Never learned English. And I grew up bilingual. I grew up in a bilingual lifestyle. I grew up with thugs and, fucking ways and fucking just fucking essays. Like, I was around essays. I grew up around thugs. I grew up in that culture. I grew up in that hip hop culture. I grew up in all of that shit. I grew up in a selfish world. I really did. In a selfish world, my mother wasn't supportive. I mean, she was, but it was like at the time it was empty. Like it just felt like always like she was she was never truly happy for you. Yeah, like never truly happy for you. Like she was happy for what you did, but not happy for you. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm like that, and I notice it. Hmm. I knew how to be a brother now. But if I can't truly ever get back the times where we could have learned about each other, ever get back the times where we could have learned about each other, or what we loved, what we hated. I think we can still do that. But I mean, I don't, you know, how do we do that? You know, like you're my father, but I mean, in all honesty, you know, you grew up with as a traditional man, a traditional father, which I've always wanted to be. But that's my culture where I grew up. It was really hard to do that. It was really hard to be that way. You know, most of the women around me weren't like that. My wife is not like that. And I teeter on the edge too. It's fucking hard to be a traditional man. But I tell you what, it fucking works. You know, because I've been pushing that shit. I've been pushing it. Pushing that shit. Yeah, I talk like this. I've been pushing that shit. You know, trying to push my wife into being more of a traditional wife. But she won't. You know? But that's truly what a family needs. Is a traditional marriage. Traditional wife, traditional husband. Duties of both. You know? And if there isn't duties, there needs to be division of work or something. So that way it's clear, concise, and you understand that. But yeah, loved what we hated. Learned about each more. What we loved, what we hated. I think we can still do that. I want you to know me at least. I want you to know what I love, what I hate, who I admire, what I wanted to be, where I wanted to be. Why I never got there. You know, I failed a lot. And I failed a lot. I mean a lot. I was a rowdy kid, man. I was rowdy. Why? I wouldn't say rowdy. I got into shenanigans, especially with the ladies. You know, when it came to girls, I had no help with that shit. You know, I had my cousins Steve and Eddie who were fucking womanizers. You know, all the boys were womanizers. Like that's literally the way we were. It wasn't normal. At least I thought it was. You know, very toxic. You know, treatment of the women. I turned into a player. You know, I was rowdy. I was a player, man. I had some girlfriend. You know, well, let's see. I failed a lot. I mean a lot. I was rowdy. Meh. Sort of. Mostly the girl stuff. Oh yeah. I mean, I popped out 2 kids in 2 years. Well, yeah, 2016. Yeah. In 2 years, yeah, 2 kids in 2 years. Years after I turned 21. 20. You know, because it was Elijah, so I had just turned 20. She was born December. Mostly with girl stuff growing up. I mean, I popped out 2 kids in 2 years after I turned 20. Me and Raven were really young. She was 18. Yeah. She's 18, just graduated high school. We dated for about 3 years. She left me for whatever reason. That 19-year-old girls leave. Who knows? She was terrible for me. Treated me like shit. You know, her family was nuts. White, mixed family. It was not pretty. I was a trailer park girl. Yeah, my standards were low. Self-esteem was low at this time. We started dating when I was 17, I think. Yeah, my standards were low. Self-esteem was low at this time. We started dating when I was 17. I was 17, I think. Let's see. I went to prom in high school. I honestly went with a friend. She needed a date. I thought she was cute. She was cute too. but in kind of a butchy. She turned out to be gay later. For real. She turned out to be gay later. Yeah, she's straight up gay. Like, I don't think I turned her gay. I mean, it wasn't a date. It was just literally I went to prom with this girl my junior year in high school. Junior year. And yeah, my junior year in high school. And I didn't go my senior year. I just didn't want to. Like, I didn't want to go. Because that was a hard time for me. Because it was when my Mike and them were splitting up. Again, you know. And I'm pretty sure this was when my mom was drinking a lot. A lot. Like, she was going on 5-day bingers, 10-day bingers, drinking. Yeah, it was fucking bad. And so I was not doing well during that time. So I didn't want to go to prom. I didn't go because my mom wasn't gonna be able to pay for the tux or nothing like that. You know, they were going through the divorce and all that shit, and they didn't buy a house, they didn't do anything, so she didn't get shit in the divorce. Like, it was like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I smoke weed, I drink beer. I'm 37. Okay, I'm an American. I served my country. I was in the military, so I speak English a lot. I speak a lot of Spanish too, obviously, but I really just use it for my skill, communication with my family. But normally I speak English. So I'm around a lot of white people. My profession requires me to. You know, I work in business. I do a lot of business work. I'm trying to start up my own business again, actually. So, yeah. Keep going, man. Yeah. I thought she was cute too, but in kind of a butchy way. She turned out to be gay later. Yeah, literally. So, next. Let's see. First kiss. I would have to say it was a girl named Crystal. My mom's friend's daughter. We played house. Yeah. Yeah, that was my first kiss. I think. Like, legitimate. Yeah. Tongue and everything. I don't know how old I was. And all the stories and everything is gonna be for Maritza and the whole family. Like, I don't care. Like, I want you guys to know me. I want send me your videos. Tell me. I mean, no one has I mean, I have time that I'm writing these things, but I don't want to tell this to 50 people. So I'm just gonna write and send a video and all these things. So, yeah, I think I'm finding my niche in my writing. Like, I write a lot. I'm a writer. I call myself a writer. I'm a writer. I've been writing forever. I've been writing since I was a kid. I used to write short stories as a kid. Yeah. I'm a writer. I love to write. As you can tell, writing, pen, pencil, typing. I love art. Like I said, I love to paint. build build artful things. Like, seriously. Like, I put so much art and effort into the things that I love, that I want to create. You know, whether it's a home, like I've got ideas for my home here. I'm gonna be doing accent walls. I have ideas for business, and I have ideas for my kids, and I have so many things in my brain that I want to bring to light, and it's all, in all honesty, it's art. In a way, it's all art to me. I take a lot of pictures. I do take some videos of the kids and things like that. I've always done that, and that's what's always really been similar about me and you, is that you know I love to take photos, videos. Me and Adrian, me and Adrian used to make home videos. Yeah, we used to wrestle in front of the camera. We used to um, like make like little. We used to take little stuffed animals and pretend like they were walking, or like trying to eat us and everything. Um, or we would just record the stupidest things, and our videos were actually really fucking funny. Like, they were hilarious. Like, me and Adrian died for days laughing at these videos, but they're gone. My mom lost the storage unit that I used to be in. Yeah. I remember one time me and Adrian were wrestling, and we're in our bedroom, and the doors to my right, and in at least the camera's like looking that way. And I have a blanket over my head, and I'm like coming in like a big monster, and Adrian jumps like midair. He comes way up, and then I literally just fall right underneath him. And in the camera, we even slowed it down frame by frame by frame by frame. And he's just like, he literally flies over me and lands on my legs, on the backs of my legs with his knees. And he hurts himself too. So we're both like lying and writhing on pain and laying on the ground, like laughing and crying. And we're like, oh my God. And Adrian crawls to the camera and he's like, oh God, we're gonna reset. And he shuts it off. Oh my God, me and Adrian laughed at that for hours and hours and hours watching that video. Oh man. Adrian will tell you about that story too, because we still remember that. In front of the camera, used to make puppet shows or monster fights. We were always artful kids, and still are. Adrian got a degree in graphic design. He designs visual art for businesses, movies. I mean, anything. Some of his work is very impressive. Like, I love his work. He's He's such a strong man, but he lacked a lot of guidance. I failed him for a while there. He, after I graduated high school, I ran. Yeah, I ran away, pretty much. You know, my mom was drinking heavily. I wanted to be a chef, so I took a scholarship for school out in Vancouver. I didn't have much money. I didn't have money at all. I didn't have money. I just left. Moved into an apartment and started going to school. I dropped out quickly after. I just wanted to get away from my mom. I left Adrian behind. Probably one of my biggest regrets. I left him. After building up my relationship with Adrian over the years as an adult, I realize now I should have stayed. He had to take what was left before he graduated high school. Yeah. He took a lot of that. He took a brunt of it. You know? I don't know. He designs visual art for business, movies, anything really. Some of his work is very impressive. I love his work. He's such a strong man, but he lacked a lot of guidance. I failed for a while there after I graduated high school. I ran away pretty much. My mom was drinking heavily. I wanted to be a chef, so I took a scholarship for school out in Vancouver. I didn't have money. I just left. Moved into an apartment and started going to school. I dropped out quickly after. I just wanted to get away from my mom. I left Adrian behind. Probably one of my biggest regrets in life. I left him. After building up my relationship with Adrian over the years as an adult, I realize now I should have stayed. He had to take what's left before my mom after the divorce, before he graduated high school. Yeah. we just, we grew up loving to create. Yeah, I love to build. I love to fix things, take them apart. Like anything. Doesn't matter what it is. I love the world I live in. I find art in scenery. I find art in ants sometimes. I see through it, through the world. I really do. I see right through it. I see levels ahead of others. And I see through it, through false people. And I see through false people. Yeah. I'm very intuitive. I can judge what someone is going to do without even thinking about it. I'm a people person. I love helping people. Even if I charge them to do it. Fix, fix your house, fix your yard, build. I don't know. Help you move. Like I actually do enjoy helping people. I love talking to people. I love learning about people. And I always wanted to learn about you. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know if I want to know. I don't really know if I want to know. I just want to know what you've been doing. I mean, you guys have just been raising the kids and doing what you guys do. And all those things are going on. And I'm living my life, over in Washington, doing my thing. So, but I always loved learning about people. Like, I love learning about older people's stories or history. I think big. I think really big all the time. It's kind of a flaw of mine. I constantly think bigger than just, like, I don't know. Like, I can't just change a light bulb. I have to learn why light bulbs were invented in the first place. What is the most efficient battery or efficient light bulb that I can use? Should I try switching to solar power? Like, I ask a lot of questions, and I do get, I do obsess sometimes over certain things. So, yeah, it's a Friday. It's almost midnight. Day before Father's Day. I deserve this, just like you do. But, your son, me, I'm fucking funny. Alright? You know that. I'm a funny motherfucker. For real. I'm funny, bro. I'm funny, bro. I'm literally putting it in the letter. I'm funny, bro. Because I am. I am. I fucking crack jokes. I crack jokes better than anyone I know. Period. And I'm not being conceited. I'm not even being conceited. Did I spell it right? No, I didn't. Thank you, spell check. So, I'm for real. Like, I had a lot of coping I had to do. So I fucking made, like, well, thanks to Steve, Eddie, George, all those motherfuckers, they crack jokes like no other. You could literally sit there at the table and literally laugh the entire night. And you would fucking you would just do that. Just sit there, just laughing your ass off all fucking night long. Because my cousins were hilarious. And over the years, I got really, really funny. I've considered doing stand-up comedy. I know that's the stupidest thing to do, probably, because there's no money in it. But for real, I'm a funny motherfucker. Everybody knows that. Shit. I'm funny. But anyways. Sorry, I had to put my fucking charger on here. Motherfucker. See? Okay. Bitch. Oh my god, if you could see the other side of this, you'd be laughing. But, yeah. Well, this is my room. Yes, my room. Mine, just me. My room. Lexa's upstairs. Yeah. That's how our marriage is going. Oh, my marriage is, in all honesty, a mess. It's a mess. My marriage is a mess. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay. My wife doesn't know how to manage money, and I can't make enough of it. I got laid off recently. Yeah. Back to the funny part. I crack jokes better than anyone I know. Period. I'm not even being conceited. That's conceited. But I crack jokes. I love comedy. I love comedy shows. Excuse me. Good fart. That's a good fart. I love to build. I love to fix things. I do. I find art in ants sometimes. I see through the world. I see levels ahead of others. I really do. Ahead of others, I see through false people. I'm very intuitive. I can judge what someone is going to do without even thinking about it. I'm a people person. I love helping people, even if I charge them to do it. If you know, I'm funny. Laugh a lot. I got in trouble a lot for laughing. All the time. In boot camp, in the Marines.
All the time. All the time. My drill instructor told me right before. Sorry, I'm itchy. I got psoriasis too. Um, my drill instructor, when he gave me my Eagle Globe and Anchor and I became a Marine, he said, fucking Magana. And he's a black guy, skinny, and he has his hat down like this, like that. He goes, fucking Magana. And I'm dirty, tired, sweaty. And I just spent 3 days, 3 MREs is what you're given to eat. Meals ready to eat is what MRE stand for in the military. And you hike like 40 miles in that time, and you have to sleep on the dirt in a tent for fucking 3 days. And you get 4 hours of sleep a night. I think I said that. I wasn't sure. When you get done with it, you have to go up this thing called the Crucible. It's a big ass hill. Like literally, you could touch the dirt as you're walking up it. Like that's how steep it was. And it's called the Reaper. And you had to do that with a 40-pound pack on your back, with boots, rifle, and all that shit. And we had to do that. And I remember my drill instructor telling me, "Who's running with me?" Like he's like trying to motivate us and go up the hill. And he goes, "Who's running with me?" And I was in really good shape, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's go." And I was like, "Me, sir," and I go, and I'm running, and I'm like, "Fuck. This sucks." Oh shit. Oh. What did I just do? Oh. Yeah. And so you have to do that. It's like a fucking quarter mile uphill. People are falling out. Falling out means like they're falling behind, everybody's passing them. Like, it's tiring, right? So I do that. I do the 3 days, everything like that after boot camp. And boot camp's 90 days, so fucking 3 months. And I used to get in trouble all the time for laughing. All the fucking time throughout boot camp. All the time. Something funny about recruit training. Something funny about that shit. They'd be right in your face, right? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, everything's fucking funny. Like, they make you do stupid shit. Stupid shit. I won't go into all the stories yet, but when I got my Eagle Globe and Anchor, this J hat is what he was called, and he was a black guy, and he gave me my Eagle Globe and Anchor, which means you're a Marine. Eagle Globe and Anchor Eagle means honor, globe means you're what you're protecting, and anchor is obviously the strength of holding down the nation. I believe. I can't remember anymore. It's been so many. And that's a symbol of a Marine. And I remember he was giving me mine, and I'm fucking sweaty, tired, everything. And I have my hand out, and he's walking through, and he's talking to each recruit. And he gets to me, and he goes, "Fucking Magana." I remember that shit. Fucking Magana. Always fucking laughing. Always fucking laughing. And I just kind of looked at him and I was like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Keep fucking laughing." I was like, "What the fuck? Keep fucking laughing." Because in boot camp, it's all about being stern and taking orders and, being serious and being, focused on the mission because people's lives are at stake, right? But he said, keep fucking laughing. And then he said, keep laughing, Magana, because there's always going to be people that aren't able to laugh and aren't going to be able to see the good in things. And there's people like you that will always be able to do that and keep people grounded and being able to like be there for them and pull them down, you know? And I just started crying right there. And he gave him my little blanket. That's how I got my. Oh yeah. I laugh at everything. I'll laugh at an old lady laughing a certain way, like on a bus or in a store. But yeah. I'm still a goofball. You remember as a kid. Still full, you know. I'm glad I'm a lot like you. You know, you seem to have strong will, like me. You know, I don't move. Well, apparently I do. Apparently I do. Okay. I don't move like. I don't move my mind much. Like I don't change my mind much. It's tough. It's tough to change my mind on a decision. But once I do change my mind, it's locked in. like locked in. No, you know. No, that's not true. Say I'm got a lot. You seem to have a strong will like me. It's tough. Yeah. Like you seem to have a strong will like me. I'm stubborn at times. At times, we can admit my faults. Admit my faults and failures. I love to dance. I'm a dancer. All types of music. Speaking of music, I grew up as a metal, hard rock type. Yeah. You know, I loved Selena. I love Ramon Ayala. I don't even know how to spell it. But I didn't really grow up primarily listening to Hispanic music. I love to dance to it. I used to do the hat dances with sombreros and bandanas I look good. I recently even started wearing cowboy boots. Like when I was a kid. I feel that's to my heritage a bit. You know, it's hard to be Hispanic in professions or areas where there aren't Hispanics. So I let people figure it out on their own. Because I speak English so well. And I'm really professional. And understand business. And markets. And good shit. Oh my god. How much? I didn't charge anymore. Let's see. Let's try something. We're gonna try something. Hey. Oh. That'll work. Understand business and markets and love building shit. Yes. I mean, areas where there aren't Hispanic, so I let people figure it out on their own because I speak English so well. I'm really professional and I understand business and markets and love building shit. So I've worked my way up to the top of businesses. But I'm figuring out I don't want to be there to build. I want to make things or see my mind, my hands create my hands create my world and my life. Yeah. That's what truly brings me joy and happiness. To create. I'm a creator, carpenter, mechanic, father, husband, welder, electrician, sketch artist, runner, biker. I love the outdoors. I love trees, like hiking. I play baseball. I love baseball. I'm playing in a league for old time baseball players. I play for a museum, actually. Yeah, I play for a museum in Caledonia. It's the only accurate sized field in the United States. So teams from all over the US come and play. It's like I would say college minor league level baseball. Yeah, I love baseball. Playing baseball. I'm not a fan of watching it. I grew up playing a ton of baseball. I was a pitcher, catcher, center fielder. I was very good at center field. I was an okay pitcher. I had about a 60-mile-an-hour fastball, maybe 70. And then I had a curveball. I was pretty good. I was also a catcher in my senior year, captain of my team. I was probably one of the only Hispanics, really, that took baseball seriously growing up. But yeah, no, I loved it. I just never had a very good team to play with. I didn't have enough money to go. My mom never had enough money to like send me to camps and stuff like that. But yeah. hmm The highlight of my baseball career was I threw a 3-pitch inning. You can look up how rare that is. A 3-pitch inning means that I threw one baseball, one out. One baseball, one out. One baseball, one out. It's very, 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 very hard to do because pretty much every batter, almost every batter that comes up to bat watches the first pitch, or swings at the first pitch, or fouls the first pitch, or it's a ball, or it's a strike. So in other words, I threw the ball, they hit it. Threw the ball, they hit it. Threw the ball, they hit it, and it was an out every time. So it was my team behind me, but it was the fact that I only had to throw 3 pitches for 1 inning, and my coach was like, it's considered more rare than a no hitter. Yeah. So yeah. Highlight of my baseball career, but I love it. Actually, this is the highlight of my baseball career right now. I'm playing old-timey baseball. What that means is, back in the 1700s or 1800s is when they first invented baseball, and so we're playing in the old rules. So you literally dress up in a uniform, like a fancy uniform. Oh, here's my hat actually. And you play baseball. So actually this looks pretty good. Actually, I didn't actually see this on camera. Like, hey Sonny, let's go play some baseball. Hey, where? But yeah, I fucking love baseball. Oh, I love playing baseball. I don't care if I win or lose. I just love playing. It's always been something I loved. I love to bike. I love to run. I'm an active person. I like to get out and play around and do things. I used to sit on the couch and things like that, and it's never made me happy. I need to be moving all the time. If I'm not moving, I'm not happy. So, last couple of years I've been pretty depressed. Haven't been moving much. I've been moving, but I haven't been moving in the way that I was happy. So, but yeah, I fucking love baseball. Big football fan too. I know, you're not a fan of that stuff, but I am a Cowboys fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. Yep. And you know that about me, but so I enjoy baseball. I love the movies. I'm a movie buff. I grew up watching movies. That's what my mom, pretty much what had to do with us. Was just keep us fucking watching movies and shit. So, I grew up watching a ton of movies, going to the cinemas. It really wasn't a lot to do. I grew up running around, doing all kinds of stuff, riding my bike everywhere. We were pretty good kids. Me and Adrian were good kids who were always, pretty well behaved kids. I got into my shit here and there in high school, but just like anybody else. But never got arrested. I never really was that type of person. I never got into trouble. None of that. But so, what's going on in my life right now? Yeah. So teams from all over the U.S. come. What else? I smoke weed. A lot. I pray. I'm saved. I am saved. I know everyone sins, everyone does. I know you grow up in Catholic and sinning is sinning and you go to hell for sinning. And if so and you believe that, then you believe that, right? But I'm a Christian and I've been a Christian my whole life. I really have. And I'm saved every day. I pray every day. I've given myself up to God, and I'm trusting Him. I'm trusting God, and I'm trusting that, and that's why I'm really pushing to make amends in my life. Speak to my Father again. And you were the man that's supposed to guide me through my life. Per the Bible. I still believe that. I still believe that, and I'm doing that for my son too. We're 3 generations in now. I'm your son. I'm your first son, and we're 3 generations in. And I'm 37 years old. And my son is 12. Elsie is 13. My oldest daughter is going to be 18 in December. So, your oldest grandchild is going to be an adult. Your first one is going to be an adult December 17th this year. So, happy Father's Day. I know this as I needed to do this for me. I don't know what this is gonna do. I don't know. Maritza, please translate everything for me. Because I'm like I said, Dad, I want to call you Dad, and you are my father, and I know I don't know you, but I still love you. You're my dad. And I hope you can know and always know is I always needed my dad. And I still do.
Que te cuidas, papá. Me cuidas, papi. Te quiero. Te quiero que te cuidas bien. Nomás quería una vida contigo, papá. Todos estos años es todo lo que quería. Era una vida. Una vida contigo. Pero Dios no me lo dio. No, eso no me lo dio. Pero Dios me está enseñando cómo ser una paz. Y voy a hacer uno bien. Uno bien que nadie puede hacer más que yo. De una paz de yo. Felicidades, Luz, papá. Para ti, Santiago. Que te cuidas. Que Dios te bendiga. Y buenas noches.